Did you know there is an app out there? It's a dating app that you have to have a credit score of 675 or above to get on to be able to swipe right or left. Hi, this is Megan with Bethel Budgets, and I'm here because it is more than just math. But today I wanted to talk to you about a new dating app that I read about. It's called Score. It's by Neon Money Club. And I read about it. It's a dating app based on your credit score. So you have to have a credit score of 675 or better just to be able to swipe right or left. And I have a few thoughts and opinions. I get why they're doing it. Their whole message is they're trying to draw attention to the fact that finances are important in relationships. They want people to talk about finances in relationships. And so that's why they're doing this. And I agree with that 100%. One of my whole missions out there is I'm after the marriages. If I can get my couples that are budgeting together to start talking about their finances and budgeting together, and that makes their marriage just that much better, I am all for it. So going back to the app though, if you do not qualify, then to get into the app to swipe right or left, you qualify for these. They send you over to these programs, which will help you to repair your credit and teach you financial literacy. So again, that's good. I don't know about these credit repair programs they're sending them to. I didn't do that research. So I don't have an opinion on those, but that sounds good, right? Let's teach these people to better their situation. The other thing is that in this app, if you have to have a 675 to qualify, so you get in, you might be paired with somebody that has an 800, which is, good for you. But what if you have an 800 and you don't want to be paired with somebody that's 675? Once you're in, you're in. There's no delimiting, but then it does open the door to have those conversations. My fear and the kind of ick factor that I have with this is the risk of reducing someone to a number, their credit score. I don't believe that that is fair or right. I think I am more valuable than my credit score. And I think everybody is more valuable than their credit score. I don't think it's right to reduce somebody to a number. I see what is happening here, and I'm excited about the fact that young people are taking their finances so seriously now that they are trying to protect themselves from getting into a relationship with somebody who doesn't pay their bills. That they are taking care of their finances, that they are budgeting, they are paying off their credit cards, they are staying debt-free, that all of that is very trendy right now, and I'm so happy to see that. But to be honest, first of all, I'm glad I'm old and that I post-date these swipe right or left type of apps. That would terrify me, to be on an app where they take one look at me and then swipe right or left. But to also be put on that sort of swipe right or left based on a number. There have been times, I have a channel now. I help people with their budgets now. I help a lot of people with their budgets, and I have been budgeting for years. And there have been times in my life where I've had a great credit score, and there have been times in my life when I've had a terrible credit score. My husband and I got into budgeting because we got into credit card debt. We were in a mess, and we had to dig our way out of that. So our credit score was terrible at that time in our life. Actually, I don't even know what it was, but I'm sure it was terrible. But we had to dig ourselves out of that. The point is that we did the hard work, and we did what we had to do, and we monitored our expenses, we built our budgets, and we were faithful with that. And then we got the credit score to prove it. But I don't think that would be fair to judge me or to determine whether I'm worthy of dating or being in a relationship with based on my credit score at that time. And there was another time in our life where we had a business that didn't work out. And that was a really hard time in our life. But thankfully, we had been doing what we needed to do, and we were budgeting, and we had an emergency fund that carried us through that hard time in our life, but our credit score wasn't great during that time. So again, even though we were doing what we needed to do, if you had judged us based on our credit score, I don't think that would have been right. So while I'm excited for this trendiness of budgeting and the trendiness of tracking your finances and getting debt free and looking at your credit score, that's all great. I am leery of an app, even if it's only supposed to be around for 90 days, to draw attention to the fact that we need to be talking about our finances. I'm leery of people thinking that that's okay even for a minute to swipe right or left on somebody based on their credit score. That to me feels a little icky. Even though I get the heart behind it, it's an icky way to go. Then that's my take on it. But in the end, I see the writing on the wall. I see how people are going with this, and that it is important to talk about your finances. They're not wrong there. And that this is becoming trendy to talk about your finances, and that it's important to take your finances seriously. We need to get you into shape before this trend of judging people based off of their financial literacy really gets to be any more gross than this. So if you need to learn how to budget, come over here. If you need to learn how to track your expenses, come over here. You just have to follow the steps, and we'll walk you all the way through. Follow these steps, do it faithfully, don't give up. You can do this, and you've got